The San Antonio Spurs were dangerous already, and now this, as footage has surfaced of Jeremy Sochan training for Team Poland for the upcoming Eurobasket starting in just a month from now, and his three-point stroke looks better than it ever has. The smoothest jumper we've ever seen from Jeremy Sochan, as this has huge implications and is a big development for the Spurs going forward, as Jeremy Sochan, who can knock down threes, completely opens up a new type of offense that the NBA should be quite scared of. We have to dive into that, plus a great note on Dylan Harper as he signs his rookie contract, but it's the comments and what he said and the emotions surrounding it that just has us hyped up. And another big note on a Spur from last season and an update on where he will likely be going next year. All that coming up on this episode of Spurs Digest, and we're going to start right there, Keenan. Just a very quick note to start. If you want to skip to Dylan Harper, Jeremy Sochan, that stuff's going to be crazy. Feel free. There'll be timestamps, but I want to start just with this report that KK Partizan has made an official offer for Charles Bassey. His agent Mark McNeil told Meridian Sports that other EuroLeague teams are also interested, but Partizan's his priority. He wants Partizan. Now, look, Keenan, it's no secret that after we brought in Kelly Olynyk in a trade, we signed Luke Cornett, and we used a two-way spot on Jones Garcia, and, you know, it's looking like we're going to bring in Minix. There was no space left for Charles Bassey. He played with the Celtics Summer League team. That was probably sign number one. So, you know, as much as some fans were like, yeah, maybe we could bring him back, give him another shot, there was no room left for him on this team, but I'm just excited to see him continue his career somewhere where he'll probably end up putting up some pretty big numbers.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's nice to see your guys go on and actually see them progress and play. And obviously, even too, we got Lindy Waters as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, with that, there was not going to be a roster spot for him. After you get Kelly Olynyk, Luke Cornett, it's good to see him actually still playing basketball, and he's hopefully going to do it at a high level. So, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. And just wanted to start it off by saying that because it's like, you know, we want to show some love to our former Spurs when they go other places. Yeah, let's wish him the best down below. Charles Bassey stuff. But Keenan, into the good stuff here today. And well, not to say Charles Bassey wasn't good, but he's not a Spur anymore. You know who is? Dylan Harper. And I still can't believe it sometimes. I'm just like, man, we got this guy. We jumped up in the draft and we got Dylan Harper. And his reaction to signing his $56 million rookie contract, it kind of went viral, you know, but it's not so much the actual reaction I want to talk about, which it is a good thing. I see a lot of people saying, wow, you know, this video is crazy, but it's the comments, like what he said after Keenan. And I guess to go along with the reaction, he said, look, how am I feeling? I'm just blessed, happy to be part of this organization. From the time I picked the jersey up to when I shook Adam Silver's hand to now, I mean, it's all been surreal. I'm just blessed and happy to be here. And, you know, that reaction, I mean, everything about this, Keenan, just screams humble to me, and a guy that just absolutely loves the San Antonio Spurs right now. A lot in common with Wemby on that front, a lot in common with a lot of our young guys, and I feel like you couldn't possibly, like, pick a guy to better fit the organization from this draft. Everything he does is turned into gold.
Honestly, and it's kind of crazy that his teammate was Ace Bailey in college, like the guy who has been like the complete seeming opposite.
Yeah.
And then Dylan Harper comes in. He's been saying these sentiments throughout the entirety of Summer League, the offseason since he's been drafted. In any interview, he's talking about, I'm just so glad that I could be here. First class organization. I want to go play well. I want to be happy. And then understanding and seeing that kind of money there, it just shows like he's really here to play basketball. That reaction to me was like, oh my gosh, I get to make this to play basketball rather than like I'm just collecting a check. Mm-hmm. So I love to see it. The hunger that you see from him is something that I think we're going to see in the Spurs uniform for at least the next 5 years, and I hope it's going to be for the next 10 to 15.
And I think you made a great point there. Like, a lot of the time when you see these rookie contracts, like, yeah, obviously these guys are often excited, but you do see a lot of the time, like, not everyone, but a lot of them is like, look, this is a business thing. Yeah, I'm here. That's right. I was this high pick. Harper's just like, I'm just happy to be here, bro. Oh my gosh, like, that's the money I'm making. His dad was an NBA player. Like it's got to be an unbelievable feeling, and to see that coming from him too, to show that emotion, it's just unbelievable. So leave some love for Dylan Harper. I still can't believe we got this guy down below. But Keenan, the final thing we got to talk about today, this is the thing that got me most excited, and it's our boy Jeremy Sochan. You can see he's training, getting ready to play for Team Poland Eurobasket. His first game is August 28th. Mark it in your calendars, because oh boy, will we ever be talking about it. But there's some great stuff right now. Now, I do have him, Keenan, on my depth chart here starting. I know there's a lot of people who think it's probably going to be Harrison Barnes, and you know what? You probably have a point, but I'm biased. I'm a big Jeremy Sochan stan, and I'm going to be one till the day I die, probably. And just watching the stuff he's been doing has been pretty incredible to watch. And if we just look at this footage, Keenan, I don't know if it's just me, this jumper feels, maybe it's this placebo effect of like, oh, it's the off season. These training videos, but it's not just me, right? This jumper looks smoother than ever. I know we'll talk about like his stats last season and what he can improve on and how he's looking to have a big breakout this year. But like, I'm watching these and I'm like, I feel like I've never seen him shoot it that smooth before. But maybe that's just rose tinted glasses here.
It has a little bit of a slight hitch at the top, but it's a one motion shot. And obviously, like, your best shooters really have that one motion kind of gathering through. And no, it looks smooth.
Mm-hmm.
He looks confident. And I understand that he was not a great 3-point shooter last year, but a guy who I've compared him to a little bit in the past for the role that he could be, Aaron Gordon, shot 29% 2 years ago. He shot 31% last year. Aaron Gordon shot 29% 2 years ago. Last year was at 43.6%, and we saw throughout the playoffs, if they needed a big three, Aaron Gordon was a lot of the time taking it and a lot of the time making it. So you can see those great progressions if you're putting in the work over one offseason. Lonzo Ball, another guy who was shooting from here, he turned into one of the best 3-point shooters in the league when it comes to stand still, catch and shoot 3-point shooting before he had his injury. So the fact that Jeremy Sochan shot looks like this, you can really expand your 3-point game tremendously in one off season, and hopefully this is going to be the trajectory of what it's looking like, because right now his shot looks better than ever.
Yeah, and another thing too, another aspect of this is like, Jeremy Sochan, like if we look at his stats from last year, 11.5 points a game, he shot 54% from the field. Like Sochan, especially at the start of the year before he got his injury very early on into the season, like the dude was averaging like 16 a game or something. Like he was playing great and he was shooting pretty well. His three was still questionable, but we kind of knew that, right? He's been working on that for years, all down to the one-handed free throw and everything, right? But, and it took him a bit when he got back from injury. There was the whole Wemby thing, trading for Fox, whatever. But then, like, at the end of the season, like in March, he picked it up again, Keenan. So, like, when he's been healthy at the start of the year, and then when he recovered and was a bit healthy again and got a bit more time, ball in his hands more at the end of the year, he was actually very good, averaging like 15 and 9 over those games, or 16 and 9, something like that. And again, this upcoming season is something that I mentioned about Dylan Harper as well, is like, Jeremy Sochan now, or not Dylan Harper, I think I've said it about other Spurs players, sorry. But right now, Jeremy Sochan, heading into next season, there's not going to be as much pressure for him to score. And not that there was that much to begin with, but he's going to be able to thrive a lot more off ball. He was already so good as a slasher. Now with a full season of De'Aaron Fox to wreak havoc in the paint or wherever he goes, Victor Wembanyama again turning into what's going to be a perennial MVP candidate, hopefully starting this season. Plus, the addition of Dylan Harper coming off the bench, Stephon Castle taking another leap, Devin Vassell hopefully getting back to his normal self. I feel like, Keenan, the spacing has never been better, or at least the opportunity to give Sochan a chance to, like, do stuff off ball without as much pressure. Carter Bryant's the other guy I was talking about. It wasn't Harper. It was Bryant that I was thinking about, right? Now he can go in, pressure will be relieved, and maybe we'll get even more high percentage shots, which I think is just going to be even better for his development.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the way the Aaron Gordon thought is, like, he got to play with Jokic and got to play with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and KCP, won that championship roster, and you're like, okay, I'm now going from an Orlando team and I'll get to operate in all this space with such a floor general in Jokic, and then you go from there. So you have a great talent in Wemby, and then you, as you highlighted, Fox, Harper, we still have Vassell, clearly Castle. So you're going to have an opportunity for Sochan to really be able to shine in the role that he is in. And last but not least, another point for it. What does everyone love? Money. He's in a contract year. If he plays bad, he's not getting a great second contract. We might be able to sign him for a discount at that point, but if he wants to get that money, the money that he should deserve with his talent could actually get to, he's going to have a great year. So he's going to have a lot to prove this year. And Jeremy Sochan, I think, is going to come out and prove a lot.
Yep, I think so too. I'm ready for it. Like, because again, I feel like the stars are aligning for it. I think, again, I think starting Barnes probably makes more sense for spacing, but like it wouldn't shock me if Sochan at least at some point took that starting job. Like if we can get him to like 35% from three on like 2.5 attempts a game, it's definitely a pretty big stretch, because you saw 31 on 1.7 attempts a game this year. So it is a pretty big jump, but like it's not a stretch to say he'll eventually get there. And if he does, the Spurs offense is unlocked a whole new level. And we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about this Jeremy Sochan training? Does this jumper look smoother to you? Is it just us getting overhyped from an off-season video? Maybe a bit of both, but regardless, it's exciting. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, because we're here all season long to cover all your latest Spurs news, even this Eurobasket stuff. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest stuff, this is the spot to be. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Keenan Warner. We'll catch you in the next one.